Right, morning guys, Monday morning, Margaretting. Straight back into it. I feel a little bit worse for the wear today. I went to bed at 8 o'clock last night, try and catch up with some sleep because I was at Chester racing all day Saturday, so that was a good day. Didn't take the camera, so unfortunately I'll have to leave that with me, that one. Anyway, just finishing off upstairs now, getting this purlin sorted out. We need to get this bricks back in, same the other side, a little bit of dry pack under these lintels, and then we need to get a support either end. Steve the steelman's making me some cleats just to bolt on. Going to put 3 or 4 in along to pick up that purlin. I don't think it needs it because we've got this double which is spec'd by the engineer, but belt and braces, good to have double protection. So we'll get a couple of supports on it this end. This one's going to have to bear on this lintel, so we're going to put a triple on top of that again just to be safe. So get that done and then we can start putting the ply on these stud walls. You right guys? Right, just had a cup of coffee and ticked all the jobs off this morning. So next on the list is plying out the stud walls. Doesn't always need to be plied out, but I do think it gives it a lot more strength. You don't need any noggins doing it that way. It's better for fixings as well. Obviously the plumber's got to mount his toilet and sink and all that sort of stuff, rad, so it just makes sense sometimes to ply it all out. We are doing all of the walls on both sides. Well, tell a lie, we're not doing the hallway on the other side because it's a little bit narrow, a bit tight for space, so we don't really want to encroach into the hallway anymore. So we're going to leave the outside and then we'll do both sides of all the other walls. So great for insulation, great for the soundproofing, and great for getting a fixing. So, and obviously it makes these walls solido. So we're just coming through now, sorting these out, and then once we get up here, we'll make a start down. Right, how we doing? Monday's done. Yeah, looking forward to getting home, having a chill out, have a coffee, sit on the sofa. Just been concentrating on these stud walls, plying them out upstairs today. A little bit awkward because I had to move one of the stud walls over slightly because the customers wants a specific bath and it wouldn't fit in. So let me show you. Because we don't really want any waste pipes on show, obviously we've got our sink waste and then we're linked up to the main stack downstairs. We don't want any of that on show. It's an internal one, so it's not an option to go out and back down. So we're going to be putting a stud wall on this wall just to cover that with a little ledge on it, which will be great. We hide it all. However, yeah, we're having a little having a short bath in there because just a bit of a safe space, really safe space saver. That was an absolute tongue tanger. So yeah, shifted that stud wall over. Basically this has to be reduced, this doorway, because it's too big. So it made sense to bring the whole wall out, because you've got to pack this side out anyway. We'll put the bath in and then we'll pack back to suit that, so we don't end up with a little ledge. You know that little ledge you end up at the bottom of the bath where you got to tile it? It's always a pain in the arse. So that eliminates that. So it's a bit of messing about getting that out and back round. But yeah, it's starting to take shape now. These walls are solid as a rock now, so we'll finish these off tomorrow and then go downstairs and carry on down there. So yeah, happy days. Lovely job that. What's up guys, back over Margaretting this morning. Didn't really get any shots of the plumber in action yesterday, but he's basically getting the rads all in place, first fixed. So I've got one in the hallway, one out in there. The bathroom one, basically the rad was due to go on this wall, and then the client popped out and just said, can we shift it over onto that wall? And then obviously didn't realise that this wall was getting moved over. So we've got to reduce the size of that rad now, but that sort of keeps that space free now. Obviously it's the bigger wall as well, which is good. That wall's now been moved over, so the bath's going to fit in, and then we've got to do our little stud boxing over the front of that now. That's as far as we can go with the boarding up here now, because you need to leave that access for the plumber. This one's done. We're going to leave the outsides. That one's done. We're going to leave the outsides because obviously we've got to get our cables in and insulation. Chris is just hacking off the last bit of the render, getting rid of that lovely wallpaper, and I'm going to go downstairs and start boarding downstairs. So yeah, starting to take a bit of shape now. We've got Sparkies are here, the AV guys here again, running all sorts of cables. These little lasers, they're only about 60-70 quid, come in a little box. You just load it up with batteries and they're perfect for stuff like this. Rather than trying to mess about with the spirit level and drawing a line, just get your laser up, just spin it round and just follow the line. Yeah, any DIYers doing a few bits at home, this is an absolute dreamer. 10 o'clock now, so I've had a busy morning, a cup of coffee, and then I'll jump on the other side over there. I'll probably do the outside of that WC this afternoon, and then we'll just go around. There's a few little bits and pieces I've got to do for a bit of prepping before I move on to the next task. So there's nothing worse than leaving little bits till the end, you know, so get all them ticks off today. So yeah. Right, what's happening? Just had a bit of lunch. I'm pretty much uptight now. I'm up the old Sparky's arses here. They're getting in my way, if I'm honest with you. Struggling to find things to do. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go on that dormer and start stripping the felt roof off, because we need to prep it for the EPDM rubber roofs. We've done the 2 dormers. Just need to jump up there and get the last bit of render off the side of that, and the felt and the soffit fascia, so I'm probably going to muck in doing that this afternoon. Chris is upstairs just having a bit of a tidy up, and then yeah, Sparkies are upstairs tomorrow, and we'll jump down and hopefully get a decision on this ground floor, so stay tuned. Right guys, so I decided not to take the felt roof off. I bagged up all the stones and I tipped them in the skip, but we've only got 2 courses above the ridge, so in order to get this off I'm going to have to take the ridge off, which now makes it a lot bigger job. So I'm going to, yeah, I hold fire, and I've been doing this dormer cheek. Let me clamber myself down and I'll show you. So I basically stripped off the render off this side, took the chicken wire off. So now we've got 12mm plier, 25 by 50, well 25 by 38 battens, treated battens, and then we'll put breather felt round, and then EML and then render. So just upgrading all of the 3 dormers as well. So yeah, good job that. A little bit of reinstating to do, because the old cowboy roofers had used we call it fuck up foam, expanding foam, and they'd nailed through the soaker, which is a no-no. So I'm going to take some of these out and replace it. Probably a new lead apron as well. But yeah, it's much better now. This sheeting at the minute is just all about getting it watertight for now, so I've left it long. It don't look the greatest, but it's serving a purpose. Once we come to get the tiles put back and the EML and all that, we'll cut that off nice and neat, and then you won't see any of that. But at this stage it's about getting a little lap onto the tiles there, just keeping the water coming out. So that's it from us today. Hope you enjoyed. Wednesday morning, back over Margaretting. Had a few issues with the audio, so I'm going to do a voiceover. Basically just getting set up for a pocket door. As we haven't got a cavity, we need to install a stud wall. So this is what I'm doing now, just getting set up for that. Right, you can start to see what I was explaining now. So we have a little look here. We've got our boxing in. So this stud wall is 120mm off that brickwork. Look how far them bricks stick out. So this is why you need to come off the wall when you're doing existing, well, a new stud wall up against an existing brickwork or blockwork, so then you can get yours nice and plumb. If we'd have gone tight against that, then we wouldn't have got that. So yeah, always remember that. So that line follows through now. Yeah, onto that one. And then on the outside, now it's just a case of every 400s now, and then I'll work out that header shortly. Like I say, it's 110 mil bigger than your the height of your door. Will give you a 30 mil gap at the bottom, so just make sure you make adjustments if you're not putting any flooring down. If you have a look on that right hand side where I'm standing, you'll see a larger opening, so that's the opening for the slider. And as a rule of thumb, you do double the width of your door plus 25 millimeters, and then the door will slide from right to left inside the door pocket kit itself, and then you will board on the front of that. This one's a little bit unorthodox because we've got a brick wall there as well. We're going to have a little reveal to make up on the rear side, so it may be a bit of custom jobby on that one once it's installed. So I'm keen to get that pocket kit installed on Monday, and then we can have a look how we're going to finish that nicely. Right guys, just had a bit of lunch, a cup of coffee, pretty much as far as we can go down here with this. I need to get the order the kit. I might go and pick it up this afternoon on the way home, so it's done. We need to bring this reveal out, but until I get the kit installed, I'm not going to know exactly how far. So boxing in around that. Obviously we've kept that the same width as this side, just keep it all symmetrical. We've got our structural opening, so our door will slide from here to there and the back over, so you can see that how far that's got come, about another 160 mil over. All nogginged out. Happy days. Gonna go upstairs now and do a bit of stud work to the side of the chimney. This chimney's not in the centre of the room, so just for, again, for symmetry, we're going to lose a bit of floor space, but we're going to shift it over 100, 150 mil. So we'll do that this afternoon, and that'll be us. Right, if you have a look at that chimney, it's obviously, it's off centre of the room, so just a request from the customer just to sort of bring that side over and make it a bit more symmetrical. So I'm just going to do it out of stud work, so we'll just bring it over. Worked out a difference, it's got to come over about 200 mil, so a couple of noggins in and then we'll fix onto that. It's not functioning, it's just going to be boarded over, but it's just to make it look a bit better really in the room, a bit more usable. Longest little one wall in the world, that one. But it's done. Nice and solid. Time to go home. Pack up now. Right, that's it from us today. I'm going to shoot off and try and get this door liner kit on the way home. Chris will just pack up, and then that'll be us potentially for the rest of the week. It's a long bank holiday, innit? Bank holiday weekend, Thursday, Friday for the Jubilee. So I may come in tomorrow and just have Friday off. So I'll keep you posted. Cheers.